once you have the leads, okay, then it's all about conversion. So what I was sharing with this individual today, one of our fellow CCOS students in the current masterclass, and this is true for everybody, is that the better data is always going to help. So one of the first things I asked them, and this is always, if you're ever having a bad week, a bad month, or by bad I mean just, you know, the KPIs or your stats are lower maybe than they should be, or maybe than they have been in the past, and you're looking at your thing going, okay, maybe I've had more leads than typical to get to a deal, you know, whatever it may be. So what you want to look at is, how's my conversion? Am I saying anything to my sellers that's different, right? That's always one thing, but that's after the marketing, okay? So in other words, even if it's the worst lead source in the world, right? You get enough leads, you're going to get a deal. Like, I don't care if it's a list of people that all bought their house in the last 12 months. You get 50, 60, 70 people that call you that have any type of interest, right? Whether the house is vacant or whether it's not, and they weren't even really talking about selling it until you called. You get 50, 60, 70 people. I mean, you're going to have some deals in there, right? I remember one time we did this campaign. This was, gosh, it's probably been 3 or 4 years ago now. But we've done a deal to a list that we got a great response on. Great response on the list, but then the quality of the leads kind of sucked. And the reason why, it was a list that the people had purchased the house between 2005 and 2007, right? And so in Arizona, and well, really pretty much around the country, that was when prices spiked. But Arizona, the prices spiked so much in that we have like areas right now in Phoenix that are just approaching and getting back to some of those highs from back, 12 years ago now, which is crazy, right? That's how high they spiked. So 2, 3, 4 years ago, because our market has been really hot the last 2 years ago, a lot of people in Phoenix who had bought in the lows have tons of equity. And that's why we market to people that bought, 2009 to 2014 really heavily. But we would kind of avoid 05 to 07. Well, we did a campaign. We said, let's try it. They still have equity, right? Well, it happened. We got a huge response, right? A great response rate and a lot of leads, but the quality of the leads kind of sucked. We got about 25, 27 leads in. I don't remember exactly what it was. And I was like, I don't even want to like continue to desk these deals and talk to our sales guys and talk to these salespeople about these leads. It's so annoying because every single one of them is like, what could you give me? Because most people aren't, marketing to or calling or mailing or anything to this list of people that bought at the height, right?
What's up? It's Joshua Gayman, and I flip houses right here in the Phoenix market. 100% of the deals that I do are wholesale transactions, and people are always asking me, Josh, how do you get deals like this? I'm gonna show you step by step how I do this, how I acquire houses that are off market at a discount for less than they're worth and make a ton of money quickly flipping them to other buyers right in that very same market. Now guys, there's steps on marketing, there's steps on sales, there's steps on growing the business. All of this has allowed me to build a lifestyle that I can enjoy taking my kids on trips, my family on vacations, having an awesome house, cars, everything that I've wanted, the life of my dreams, and I want the same for you. So click the subscribe button, hit the little bell right here on YouTube so you get all the notifications and follow along with this journey. We're also on Instagram at highgrowth14 and I can't wait to connect with you.
But we got a big response since nobody else is marketing to them. We did have some people that were curious or whatever, but what we found is even though they had equity, we still couldn't offer them what they had paid for the house. They paid full retail in 2005, 2006, whatever, right? And now the prices, this was, like I said, a few years ago, still weren't up to that high of what they had paid for them, let alone us needing to pay under that and pay wholesale. And so I got like 25, 27 leads, whatever it was in. I'm super frustrated. I'm like, and I just wanted to literally like abandon the campaign. I think we had, the number in my head stands out as 43. I don't remember if that's correct or not, but it was about 40 something leads. And we're still literally going through, we had such a high response rate. Like this isn't literally like, I don't remember if it's 5,000 or 10,000 calls that we sent out to this campaign, but we instantly had all these leads. And I'm like, these leads, they're super frustrating. And I remember literally talking to my partner at the time. I'm like, should we just kind of abandon these, get a better marketing out? Like it might be counterproductive to go through all these leads. He's like, we've got homeowners calling us and they have interest. Like, let's just see if we find anything, right? We ended up in that 43 leads getting one deal. And it was a property in Sun City, Arizona, which is for all intents and purposes Phoenix, right? And it was a good little deal. I don't remember off the top of my head. I could look it up if it was a $10,000 or a $20,000 sign. It was somewhere in that window. I know it wasn't like a mini and it wasn't like a monster, but it was a good bread and butter wholesale deal that, crushed it because, on that, and that was actually a white niche list, right? I had actually spent, more expensive data on that list. So I tell you that whole story to illustrate the point conversion is huge. Even like the shittiest lists out there, you get enough sellers, there's going to be something there. It might not be a huge deal, you know, or whatever, but it literally comes down to a numbers game. Now, better data is certainly going to make it better, right? If I had 43 of those people calling me that had all bought, you know, 2010, 2011, when prices were down here and now prices are up here, right? Then I can still offer them way up here, which is still below retail, and I can make money, and they're still crushing it because they bought it down here. Does that make sense? So obviously those are great lists. So 43 of those leads, but when we go to, you know, sometimes that wide niche list, we don't necessarily get 43 leads out of 5,000 or 10,000 calls, right? So maybe we only get a few, but of those few, the quality of those leads is much better. Why? Well, we can offer them up here. They pay down here. They still don't have to do anything. It's as is, et cetera, et cetera. So I just want to illustrate, guys, how important conversion is.